All right, we're on. Welcome back. Episode 23 of Mended. We have Dylan here, and Dylan was late today.
This is true. My apologies. David also told me this is episode 24.
Is it?
Yeah, isn't it?
I thought it was 23. I want to check. I want to check right now. I bet you I'm going to fucking shit on you guys. Watch. Let's see who's right.
I trust David.
It is 24. It's 24. Whatever. What's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me. Sorry I was late.
That's okay. Thank you for coming
Classic,
and actually finally showing up.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not
classic.
going to stop breaking your balls
I know.
over it.
I get that. I deserve it.
You
totally.
do.
100%. Yeah, you do.
And you know us girls don't let things go.
Classic.
So
Just classic.
I'm just holding it down for us girls out here. No biggie. Where are you from?
I am from Watertown, Massachusetts.
Was that South Shore?
No.
Oh.
No, it's right next to Boston, right next to Brighton, Waltham,
What is that considered?
Watertown.
Is there a...
Like a Metro West kind of?
Yeah, Middlesex County. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. Small town feel to it. It's gentrified a lot since then, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a nice little quiet family town. Yeah.
Okay. How'd you get into drugs?
Boy. So I am in recovery. Yes. I started young. Just like started with alcohol. It didn't progress into drugs until after high school.
What did alcohol look like to you? Like your relationship with alcohol early on? What did that look like?
I was looking back on it. I was not dependent, but like it was a complete escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anytime I was a weekend warrior, so I wasn't a great student. That was due to me just not wanting to put in any work. So it's basically just me hoping to get through the school week and
Your reward factor at the end of the week, like going out and partying.
Exactly. And then
Was there a lot to do in Watertown?
yeah, I mean, I had friends. I
Yeah.
had one or two friends. Yeah. So we liked to party. You know, they were whether it was partying or just walking around and finding a park just to drink, and it was just anything to really. Luckily, I didn't get into drugs earlier, but it was just a complete escape from what I was feeling because I didn't know how to express my emotions. I didn't know what exactly I was feeling. I was just like depressed, anxious from a very young age. So yeah, I was just escaping.
And
from
didn't
all
know
that.
why? Like there was no trauma that happened early on in your life that like led you to feel those things? You just weren't like naturally a
Right.
person who felt a lot, like depressed and
Yeah,
whatever. You just
depression runs in my family.
and you just really felt your feelings.
Yeah, particularly my dad. It was not mostly very pessimistic. You know what I mean? Like just negative outlook on things in general. Anxious about obviously minor things, but just in my head it blew them up to
Yeah.
proportions that were, irrational. Obviously, looking back on it, but just immature.
Yeah.
But
You come from
yeah.
a 2-parent household?
I do.
Siblings?
Younger brother. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a normie, so to speak. Yeah.
A citizen?
Yeah. complete opposite of me. He's very chill, very relaxed. Always has been. Yeah, he's the man. But yeah, complete opposite.
What's the age difference?
We never crossed paths in school. So he was in 8th grade when I was a senior in high school. So 4 years, 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Not too far off. It's
No.
not like
A huge gap. No.
you're a millennial. He's a Gen Z.
I think he's millennial, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're both millennials.
Yeah.
How old are you?
36.
Okay. Yeah. So he's.
Why are you laughing?
Because I think everyone's old. I don't know. I think I'm old too. I think everyone's fucking old. They say over 30. I'm like, yeah, we're dead.
Practically.
So what else? How was high school?
High school was, oh man, it was a trip. It was Not great, not great, you know.
Blackout?
Huh?
Blackout in high school?
Yeah, yeah. But I wish. No, I mean it was. It was a small school, like small class. I think we had under 200 kids in our graduating class, and all I cared about was basketball growing up. Not school whatsoever. It was kind of just. I was an ass. Like I was
Like a punk.
I was a punk. I was a punk for no reason. I just loved getting in trouble. Had a very quick trigger with the mouth. You know what I mean? But yeah, it wasn't a great experience. Like looking back on it, you know, obviously, like looking back on it, I glorify the good times. You know, there were some great times, you know, but a lot of it was just self-destructive because of, you know, my depression and anxiety. But so, yeah. But overall, I guess it was all right.
I hated high school too. I went for like 2 seconds and I hated it.
Yeah.
I always like envy people when I hear them talk about their high school experience, and it was great, and they were this, and you know, then they went on to college, and that was a great experience. Like I always envy that in a person, like that they got to experience like positivity out of their academic careers.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand it.
Definitely. I don't either, but yeah, you know, I'm happy with who I am now, so I guess I had to go through that to be who I am now. So I mean, I guess I'm glad to an extent that I didn't experience it.
It's too early in the podcast to get inspirational. Relax.
So sorry.
So anyway, let's get back to the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? When did you realize that you had a problem?
Not until I was fully addicted. So all right. So the drugs really got it. Like I smoked weed here and there in high school, but post high school, when I would visit my friends in college and stuff, it dabbled with coke and, you know, the uppers like ecstasy, Molly and stuff. And then when I was 20, I had a minor surgery, like a deviated septum surgery, and I was way overprescribed Percocets. Like I got like 100 for a surgery that, like, the pain lasted a couple days after that, you know. And the first time, obviously through the pain, whatever, that's whatever. But after that, I continued popping them because I just loved that feeling. It was like the warm hug I needed, like, to give myself. You know what I mean? Like, my parents were very loving. It like has nothing to do with any traumatic experience, like in the past from them. They were phenomenal parents, but I was just so hard on myself, and it was just like that. Felt like that warm hug that I needed to give myself, and I was completely naive that you could become physically dependent. The doctor never told me that.
And how old were you at this age?
20, I think.
Okay.
20, 21. And then I remember, like, after I ran out of them, I woke up not knowing. Like, I was completely naive to even, like, what withdrawals are. I remember waking up in the middle of the night having restless leg syndrome, which was incredibly painful, but I had no idea what was going on. And then shortly after that, like, the Perk 30 started coming around, and like, my friends started dabbling with that, and before I knew it, I was just off and running, you know.
Mm-hmm. What did that look like?
It was like one of my friends would pick up a bunch, and you know, we would dabble here and there. Then it became, I would get cuffed some, try to sell them, but I ended up doing most of them.
Nice try.
Yep, yeah, it was a valid effort. Yeah, no, it was, and then I just, yeah, it got out of hand pretty quickly, you know.
Did your parents pick up on it?
Yeah, they did.
How'd they respond to it?
They were supportive. They were just kind of shocked. They at first, they were, I mean, they must have known while it was happened. They must have just been, like, kind of been in denial that it was. Or,
like, just not really knowing what addiction was, probably.
Very true, yeah, because it doesn't run in my family like that. So, but yeah, it was, yeah, they picked up on it eventually. I was in some money trouble. Were
you working at the time or anything?
I was, yeah.
What were you doing?
I was working at a golf course at Belmont Country Club. Yeah.
Okay. So you had like a little bit of your own independence and
Yeah,
stability.
but it was just, it's a very, very expensive habit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it's just the money ran out really quick.
Mhm.
You know, then I got clean for a bit, which was basically just me not on opiates, but I obviously drank and
Mhm.
partied otherwise. And, you know, I started coaching basketball, working in the school system. Everything was fine for a while. And I relapsed again, and ended up quitting that job because it just wasn't I wasn't able to do both. You know what I mean? It wasn't for most of them. I wasn't even getting high either. It was just stay off of E. You know what I mean? I was doing probably like 10 30s a day and not getting high at all. It was just so I'd wake up in the morning, do some, just so I wasn't sick. And it was just that the entire day. Then in 2015, 2015, I got clean again. Clean, meaning just off of opiates. And one of my friends was doing heroin, and he was clean. Him and his brother got clean a few months before that, and he had just bought a house. And I went over there when I wasn't sick anymore, because I just detoxed with myself. Never went to detox at this point. And then but I went over there and just replaced. We were partying, replaced oxys with coke, drinking, ecstasy, all that stuff. So it didn't do any work to get better mentally.
No, you just upgraded.
Yeah, I guess that's what you want to call it. Yeah, and then that was, it was the first time I felt like alive though after a while, because you're a walking zombie when you're on that, and you're just completely a slave to the sickness. You just need to not be sick. But yeah, then eventually there was one time I think at this point it was 2018, and I was doing coke with a friend, not those friends. I ended up hanging out with, I don't know, this other crew, and I was doing coke and drinking one night, and my back got really stiff, and he was like, "Hey, just take a bump of this," and I knew what it was. I knew I had a serious issue with it, but I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, I'll take a bump," and gone like that, and it was dope. And yeah, got really bad after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just took over.
Yeah.
How long were you struggling with the heroin?
2 years.
Were you introduced to fentanyl at that time, or was it still not around? You said 2015?
2018.
Okay,
2018.
so
Yeah, it was around, but I didn't get introduced to that until, not unknowingly. It was just in
yeah.
it.
They started to cut it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was that scary? Did you figure out this isn't even dope anymore?
I figured that out the first time I went to detox. Actually, yeah, I didn't notice it, but then when I went to detox the first time, I went to St. Elizabeth's in 2020, and my urine came back positive for fentanyl, and I had no idea. But
did you even know what it was at that time?
Fentanyl? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
A lot of people were testing positive for fentanyl. And they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah. No, I heard that it was it was being cut, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
Think it would be me, you know what I mean? But
mm-hmm.
It was a lot of I got set up with this dude up in Lawrence and a couple of guys up in Lawrence. There was a lot of trips up there, up 95, just dope sick, pulling over on the highway, puking out the door, just to get up there and finally get it. And it was a mess. It was
yeah, and then it lasts like an hour.
Yeah.
And you need it again.
Yeah, it was a horrible experience. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Not that I have many, if any, But
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a horrible experience. But yeah, just.
So what made you want to get sober? You just had enough, or did anything happen, or?
I had tried so many times. Like I said, the first time I went to detox was 2020. The first time I tried an opiate was 2010, and because I tried so many times on my own, then finally I was just like, the first time I went, my parents had caught on, and I kind of did it to please them. I mean, obviously I wanted to get sober, I wanted to stop, but in hindsight, I just wasn't ready. Like I wasn't ready to, so I went to kind of please them, and then as soon as I got out the first time is when I was introduced to AA. I'd never been before. First meeting I went to was with my dad because I was scared. And it was in the middle of COVID too, so there was like no in-person meetings. I tried Zoom, didn't like it. And the only meeting I could find in person was outdoors, and they called it the Shack. It was like it's an MDC or DCR building, like a state building. But they locked the doors for that, so it was outside. And I met some phenomenal people there. But the first time I got a detox, it lasted about a month. I relapsed, went back again to St. Elizabeth's again, and started hitting AA like full on. Like I was going to AA here and there, but this time I went back in. I was going, once, twice a day. This ended up being August of 2020, and yeah, met some really good people. Like I was very fortunate. Some people that, Jess Grillo, was she on this podcast?
She hasn't been yet.
Yeah, you invited her?
I haven't yet.
No. Well, huge shout out to Jess Grillo. She got me into the field as well, working in the field. But yeah, I just met some really great people there. But then I relapsed again, and in January of 2021, like, it's so hard to explain, but something just it washed over me where I just completely surrendered, like fully surrendered to my addiction. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. I can't do it anymore. I'll do whatever it takes to stay sober, to get sober and stay sober. And I went to an inpatient at Newton Wellesley. It's a dual diagnosis program. I was there for 2.5 weeks where I adjusted my depression medication. Because also at this point when I was got out of detox, they convinced me to get on Suboxone, which I understand. The way they made it seem was if you're on diabetes, you need your insulin. Kind of like if you're an addict, you need your Suboxone. But it wasn't for me. Like, I always wanted to get on Vivitrol, but I could never stay sober long enough because you need to be sober for 7 to 10 days. But this time when I went to the inpatient program, they weaned me off Suboxone. Then when I got out, I got a Vivitrol shot, and it saved a huge part in my recovery. And I would like to say it saved my life. I was on it for a year and a half, 2 years, I think.
Yeah, a literal miracle drug.
Yeah, honestly, it was go once a month, get a shot.
It takes a lot of the options to get high away from you.
Completely away.
Yeah,
it kills the any craving. But like I said, something washed over me. Like, I was completely done anyway. But then there were times so then I started going back to AA, but I was going twice a day. They had 2 meetings a day. It was in the winter. The building was still locked, so they bought this party tent and had a space heater in there. And I was the nude meeting, it was a small group, so everyone kind of heard each other's stories. So we would go and I would read the daily reflection for that day, and we would kind of talk about that. So that was kind of my job. It was a good reason for me to go. You know what I mean? Not that they couldn't have had the meeting without me, but
no, but yeah, you fell a part of it. It's a reason why people get home groups and take positions.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was a huge part. Then they had one at 6 o'clock too, and it was a lot bigger. There was some younger guys too that I grew close with. They were kind of we had a tight circle that kept each other accountable. That was super important too. Yeah.
At this point, did you completely remove yourself from any of your childhood friends? You didn't have any contact with anybody you got high with anymore?
Yeah, no one that I got high with, but I wasn't getting high with my childhood friends at this point. At this point, they had either cut me off because they were like, they tried to help me so many times. There's only so much they can do. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you need help, kind of.
Yeah, you've taken it too far.
Exactly.
Like we're not there.
You need help. Like if you need help, and I'm willing to, help you get into treatment or whatever. But when I got sober, they just embraced me. Like I was able to. So one of my good friends who actually bought the house at the time, he had a wife and kids, or wife and kid at this point, and he had like an open door policy from him and his wife. Like, you can, like, come by whenever, come by in the middle of the day, even if I'm working, just come by, hang out with my daughter, which was huge because I wasn't working at the time because I was just focused completely on my sobriety, and it was just something when I was bored to go by and do.
Yeah, you find some downtime.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you the type of person that likes to be around people or just like solitude?
Both. I'm a mixture of both. I like my alone time, but I like being around people as well. Yeah.
That's a good balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then what? You did your 2 meetings a day. You had your like somewhat of a service position. You had an open door policy at your friend's house. What changed from there?
I just kept grinding. It was still during the pandemic, so I wasn't even really looking for a job at this point. I was just focused completely on my sobriety. I still had a little bit of money saved up and I was living with my parents too, so I didn't have to luckily didn't have to worry about rent. But then I think it was 9 or so months into it, Jess Grillo was working at Column Health, and which is like an outpatient MAT clinic. There was an open position in the mobile unit. Shout out the mobile unit.
Shout out to the mobile unit.
She helped me get a job there, and started working in the field, and that was awesome. It was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we met.
That's where we met. You've been I'm actually one of the first days I was working like for them too. So it was yeah. Yeah,
Column Health. I remember that, and then it was Brightview and whatever. Yeah. Yep, good times.
Yeah.
That feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It hasn't even been that long. It just feels like...
Dude, time flies.
I know.
Time flies.
I know. But it also doesn't, so then it makes it feel weird.
I know.
Like, did that much time pass? Whatever. So what do you do now, like, for your recovery, for the community? Tap into that a little bit for us. Let the viewers know.
So now I was working at Column Health, then Brightview, as you said, bought them out, which was like a national company. That didn't last too long. They ended up selling their all their Massachusetts locations after like.
Yeah, no shout out to Brightview. I'll say it.
Yeah, no, I'm yeah, fuck Brightview. But they were selling all their Massachusetts locations, and I was going to be out of a job, and I had, I was going to like events, recovery events and stuff like that, and I had met Matt Gannum, the owner of Aftermath.
Shout out Matt Gannum.
Shout out Matt Gannum. Huge shout out Matt Gannum. Pillar of the recovery community. And I'd met him before at events, played basketball with him, and I was over his house playing basketball actually, and he had heard that those locations were closing, and he called me like a week later and was like, yo, I have a position in outreach. I think you'd be a good fit. And come in for an interview. Went in, and I'm so fortunate to have found such a smooth transition, especially into this company too. It's much like Power of Recovery. It's like they got that mom and pop feel, and it's just very, very welcoming feeling.
Yeah, you really lucked out. I remember when I heard that they scooped you up. I was like, aw, Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you couldn't have landed at a better place. And I told you that from like day one.
Such a great team.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
For sure. What do you do over there now? Outreach with, what does it consist of for people who don't know what it does?
So I do community outreach, kind of like business development. You go build relationships with whether it's businesses, hospitals, detoxes, schools, universities, just anything in the community. Just to let them know we're a resource for you, whether it's with us or help being placed at a higher level of care, or if they're not the right fit for us, just point them to like power, like just to be a resource.
Yeah. You like
So
it?
it's about building. Yeah, I love it. It's about building relationships, and which is completely new to me in the field. Like before,
You were
I
client
was
care
more
oriented.
exactly. It was more operations based, I guess. There was some outreach aspects to it, but it was more like seeing the clients every single day rather than going out and
Finding them.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Been a great
It's not a
learning
bad-
experience.
Not a bad gig.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Very
and you got to be
fortunate.
somewhat of a people person if you're doing that job. So like, you have to be able to talk and build relationships. It's important. So you can't be like too shitty of a person.
Yeah, I would like to think I'm not too shitty of a person.
I mean, I think so too. I'm just saying, like, you know,
Yeah, but you said not too shitty of a person.
because everyone's a little shitty sometimes.
Yeah, not me though.
Yeah, everyone's a little shitty sometimes. It's okay, including
no.
myself.
True. But
So
yeah,
what do you do for your recovery now? Do you still hit meetings? Are you somebody who kind of went in a different direction? I'm always interested in hearing about people's like long-term recovery because, you know, they drill it into you that you need meetings,
Mhm.
you know, however many times a week for however many years. But
Yeah.
I like to show people like, you know, you can stay sober and have a certain lifestyle.
Yeah. No. The 2 meetings a day thing kind of dwindled. I'd say after like a year and a half, I was just like,
You don't need it. You don't need it that
no,
much.
no,
like,
yeah,
anymore.
right. But even like a meeting a day is like, I mean, I still know there's at that home group that I was going to, there are people that have been going to a meeting a day for 30 years, 30
That's
plus years, and
crazy.
like
Yeah.
that's what they need, you know what I mean? But it kind of got to a point for me where I was like dreading to go to the meetings, you know what I mean? I was kind of forcing myself to go, which is good at times, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I kind of
Outgrew it a little bit.
outgrew it a little bit, and yeah, I stopped going as much. Maybe a couple meetings a month. I mean, it started like a couple meetings a week, then became a couple meetings a month, and then I had met my girlfriend and moved in with her in Winthrop,
Mm-hmm.
which is 45 minutes an hour away from that home group. So when I came here, moved out this way, I did find some meetings, but none that I really fell in love with. So I go here and there, but not as much. But yeah, a lot of the work I did when I was at Brightview was so patient oriented, where I felt like that was kind of my recovery. But at the same time, it's not. You got to have your own separate recovery. So what I like to do, mindfulness. Whether it's just like my alone time is kind of my recovery too. Like it's because whether it's with my job or hanging out with friends, family, it's just around people a lot. So
Connection.
and then solitude are both huge in my recovery.
Okay.
Yeah, which was a huge issue for me when I was using, and before that I could never sit with myself ever. I had to do something to get out of my head, and whether it was drugs or
You had to stay
gambling or
busy.
something, I had to stay busy. Had to do
Yeah.
something.
So when you are able to sit with yourself, it like shows a lot of work has been done.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was also I was seeing a therapist regularly. Stopped that as well, but I recently started again, which has been
That's good.
helpful. Yeah. It's tough to find the right fit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of therapy.
No.
No.
Yeah. Why not?
I like to think that like I can
You're
treat
smarter
myself.
than them.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I
Yeah.
definitely think that. Like any question I have for myself, or there's nothing I can't get myself through, and that's so fucking toxic, but it's what I believe in.
Yeah.
I definitely need therapy though.
Yeah, for sure. Like
No.
just that thought alone, I can be like, yeah, you need therapy.
No, I know that, but I got it.
Yeah.
I was just having this conversation before the meeting with one of my clients actually about how like you just life doesn't really get better. You just thug it out and you tell yourself that everything's okay to the point where you believe it, and then eventually becomes okay. That's my philosophy.
I mean, to an extent, that is true. It's like you convince yourself that you're fine. You know what I mean? But Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That can only take you so far, really.
I know. And then I definitely have reached points where I'm like, I'm not fine.
Yeah, you were
Like,
telling the
I
client
am-
that, though? Just thug it out? That's what you were telling the client? He was coming to you in need of help,
Talk
and you
to the
told
doctor,
him, "Yo, just thug it out,
get on
dog."
some meds, but also thug it out.
Yeah, stop being a bitch.
I'm not a clinician, and it's for a reason.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah,
Like, I think that everyone should just be clear. Like, thank God.
yeah.
Because I probably would lose my license, but
Hmm.
I also have a
Yeah,
very
if a patient came to you, was paying you money, you told them just thug it out, dude. Like, yeah, you would immediately lose your license.
But you know something? There's a lot of clients that really appreciate my technique.
Yeah, no, you're great at what you do.
So-
but it's not a clinician, which is great for them and everyone else as well.
And for the business.
Yes, and for the business.
Definitely for the
business.
business,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good thing. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. I thug it out. But I'm glad that you're back in therapy and that
Yep.
you have an outlet because life gets tough. Like, I feel like
It does. It does.
you're
Um,
never, you know, you've never outgrown needing support in any way, whether
Exactly.
it's from your friends or whoever, a therapist, whatever.
Hmm. Definitely.
Maybe one day I'll get there.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Who cares? I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
You'll hear that from me, like, constantly. Everything's fine. Like, the whole building could be on fire, and I'll look at you and be like, everything's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
And that's how I get by. I mean, I've never put a drink or a drug in my body, so
That's
I
impressive.
think everything's
Your
been
entire
fine.
life.
Entire life. Everything's been fine.
What's that been like?
Hmm.
I'm gonna turn the tables on you now. What?
Thug it out. No, no one's ever
what-
done that. Don't do that to me.
What was your high school experience like?
I told you I didn't go. I share about myself when you're sharing about yours.
Yeah.
I do it with my my guests. High
Yeah.
school sucked.
Yeah. But you were asking me like, oh, so what was your relationship with alcohol? What was your relationship with alcohol? Like,
I didn't have any. I was
well, I
that.
know, but that is a relationship in its own, right?
Yeah,
Not
it was-
having one.
Yeah. I was terrified of alcohol. So my parents were addicts, and I knew, like, what that world looked like, and I ran from that world like as fast and as hard as I could. And when all my friends would drink in the parks and things like that, I grew up in East Boston, so there was just like, all my friends would drink and smoke weed and do all that stuff at like Noyes Park up the Heights and down Jeffries Point or whatever. And I would be there. I did like all that childhood, early teenage shit.
Yeah.
I was just the only one to never be drinking.
Yeah.
And I blamed it a lot on like, I've always had this phobia of vomit. When I was 5, some lady threw up all over me at a carnival.
Yeah.
So I've had,
On a ride.
yeah, on the teacup.
Someone's puked on the teacup.
She was drunk.
Oh,
She
when
was
you
a
were
grown-ass
5.
woman.
Oh, okay, all right.
She was a grown-ass
Yeah, yeah.
woman. I was 5. She puked on me. So like my whole childhood, I had like this. There's like a name for it, but it's like a phobia of vomit. So when my friends were like, "Why don't you drink?" I'm like, "Cause I'll probably puke, or I'll get hungover and I'll puke."
Yeah.
So I blamed it on that. But like really, there was this consciousness around
Yeah, no.
don't fuck your life up.
I feel like there's when you grow up seeing that, there's like really 2 routes you go. It's like completely stay absent and stay away from it, or you fall in the other way.
Yeah.
So,
And then there's like the little in between where you can mess around and you can experiment and whatever, and you don't end up with like the genetic fucking disaster of the disease. But
but I think there is definitely a genetic aspect to it. So,
yeah,
with all my science knowledge, if there's definitely
please
a genetic,
share it.
definitely a genetic aspect to it. So no, it's like you didn't want to fuck around and find out.
I did not want to fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And then I just ran from like that whole thing took off
Yeah.
from my parents, from all of it. So I didn't go to high school. I went for like 9th grade ish. I left. I tried to go to Winthrop High because I had moved at that point. Freshman year, I like took off from home. I was like 15, 16 years old, and I left and I went to Winthrop, and I went to Winthrop High for like 2 seconds, and I was like, yeah, no. Like I didn't
You
even
just drop
know.
out?
Yeah, I dropped out, went back to East Boston, and was like, what can I do to get my diploma? And they allowed me to get homeschool myself. So I went.
Homeschool yourself.
Yeah, so I went up to the school, and
What?
I collected all of what I needed
Yeah.
for like the week. It was like week by week.
Yeah.
I would go home. I would sit in the first. My grandmother, who was like a literal angel from heaven. She lived on the first floor of my 3-family house in East Boston that I was raised in. And I would sit down in her house because my apartment on the 3rd floor with my parents was chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
They were, you know, struggling, whatever. So I sat where I knew I could, and I did my work, and I would bring it back to the school every week and restart. And I put myself through high school.
Yeah.
And but before that, I tried Winthrop High, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was not a Winthrop kid. I did not fit
from East
in.
Boston to Winthrop is.
I didn't even know Winthrop existed.
Yeah, neither did I.
I lived in East Boston and didn't even know that it was there.
Well, that's a little absurd. Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea it existed either until my friend actually moved to Winthrop probably like almost a decade ago, and that's the first experience I had with Winthrop. And
yeah, I had no clue it was there, right?
yeah,
it's forgotten about.
Yeah,
and now we like to be
it's
there.
It's a flyover city, you know.
It's a peninsula.
Quite literally. Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did. Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
I thought I was going to teach you something.
Live on the point, no big deal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's a little much though. Like one way in, one way out.
Yeah. No, traffic sucks, but it's worth it in the summer.
True.
For sure.
Yarrow Beach.
Yarrow Beach, baby.
Yeah. Shout out to Yarrow Beach.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's, I mean, thanks for turning the tables a little bit.
Yeah.
But
so what's your relationship with vomit now? What happens when you get
dude,
sick?
No, I don't.
You don't get sick. You just tell yourself, I'm good.
I don't
You
puke.
thug it out.
I do whatever. I do whatever I can. If I'm nauseous and I feel like I'm going to puke, I go outside. If it's like this weather, or if it's like cold out, I'll go outside with like a tank top on so that I'm so cold that I can't feel nauseous. Or I have a prescription for Zofran on deck. It's Zofran, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is it Zofran? Yeah. I have that handy. When my kids get sick, I'm like that mom that like takes the broom and it's like patting them with the broom, and I'm like, there.
Jesus Christ.
Like, you're okay.
There.
They were trained from like 12, 14 months old, like babies, like still in diapers, how to make it to the toilet.
Yeah.
By the time that they could vomit like real food and it wasn't just like breast milk or like whatever, they were making it to the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't do throw up.
When was the last time you've thrown up?
I don't know why you're triggering me.
You gonna throw up? You
No, but you're triggering me because I feel like you're speaking it into existence.
No, you're good.
No, I can't do it.
Just thug it out.
That's the only thing. I mean, I wanted to be a nurse before I got into this field, and I was like, this.
Then you realize you don't like puke.
I figured that there was things that I could do. This was before like, you know, nursing injectors and shit like that were around, before like fillers and Botox were like huge. I really wanted to genuinely help people. And I was like, oh, I think I can overcome this throw up thing and work in like the ICU and really help people. And I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
Yeah, that's irrational. But you're helping people now, though.
I am.
Which is great.
I am.
Which is great.
So aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do this.
Yeah. We do this shit.
We do it
Oh, yeah.
every day.
Mhm.
Every day.
Every damn day.
Do you have any questions, Dave?
None that I can think of.
That's a first.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, you've
Pretty
left him
cool.
speechless. That's a first. He's always tapped in and had questions.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I could figure out a question. Maybe thug it out.
Thug it out, man. Thug it out.
What is your theory on thug it out? Like, what is your opinion on the thug it out method?
I mean, that's what I do. You know me. Everything is all right.
But you don't even need to thug it out. Let me explain something to you about Dave. He's the type of person, glass is half full, no matter what. Like, the glass is half full. He doesn't understand how people have conflict with anything. He doesn't understand, like, negative emotion around things. He was born in the 1900s, before this life, and he was reincarnated, and now he's here.
Yeah.
But the soul that he once was
We were born in the
exists.
1900s, too.
No. Like, early. Like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
1910, 15, 20.
Okay. Yeah, I fucking envy that. Truly. That's,
I wish I could be as unbothered as, like, I aspire to be as unbothered as Dave.
I know. Don't we all?
Being
But it annoys me sometimes,
being
too.
bothered is a choice. Just don't be bothered.
Don't be
Everything's
bothered.
all right.
Being
you are
bothered-
right. You are right.
Being bothered is a choice.
That's deep.
I
That's
know.
deep.
I'm, like, really trying to break that up right now. Like,
Yeah.
dissect it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking just don't worry, be happy. Just plays by Bobby McFerrin. Just plays in Dave's head
Just keep swimming.
at all times. Just
Bobby
keep swimming.
McFerrin.
Bobby McFerrin.
Hell yeah.
That is a sick fucking.
Everyone says that.
I
We
saw-
should
I
stop
saw
putting
Mike-
it here for every
We
podcast.
should.
That is so sick.
Yeah.
Everyone
Who made
says
that?
I don't know. Denny bought them. Shout out to Denny. He's Maddie's brother, and I have one in my office. It's Whitney Houston. It's just like that. And then there's also a Madonna. Is it Madonna? one?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Of course you don't. You're unbothered.
Can't be bothered.
He can't be bothered
I
with
can't be
anyone or
bothered.
anything.
Yeah.
How'd you start with power? I don't think I've ever asked you that. How'd you get involved with power?
So I applied at. We're gonna have to blank this out. The forbidden. I applied at, and they told me to fuck off basically because during my interview process, they were really concerned about how I would navigate like ethical boundaries and things like that, with how pretty and young I am. So, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Like,
You're so pretty. You're so young. Just kidding. Just kidding.
how are you going to work with men in a halfway house, basically? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to uphold those boundaries or,
But there are female
of
houses,
ethics.
right?
No. East Boston Rehab is a strictly all male halfway
Alright.
house, which is fine. And I'm glad that they told me to fuck off because I didn't want to work there anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't have any experience, and I was just waiting for someone to take a chance with me and to train me and to make me whatever I could be. And Maddie did that.
When was this?
Coming up on 4 years ago in March.
Okay.
So I don't know what year that was, but
2021.
yeah, I just reached. It's what?
Yeah.
It's not
25
minus 4.
Yeah.
Okay, well I don't do
Well,
math.
she did teach herself in high
literally.
school. She like taught herself. So.
So yeah, I started here as a tech, just like an RS, answering the phones, like working at the front desk, and then every time something was like open, I was like making it this big deal. I'm like, you guys have a case management position open. Can I take that? Like, I'm bored. You're gonna lose me, and I'm really good, and I can be really good. And they
we're
fed
like,
me.
hold on, I got to take a call.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah. So they made me a case manager, and then I've just done whatever I can to like learn this field,
Yeah.
and I'm like obsessed with it. Like,
Yeah.
just growing in this field. I want to know everything there is to know and to learn everything there is to learn and to like be the best at it basically, which I'm like so far from, but like I work really hard alongside people that do really great things.
Hell
So
yeah. It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. I've always had since the Call Melt days, I always had a relationship with Power Recovery. It's been, man, this place is amazing. It's amazing.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We really like to make it feel like home, and I mean, I can flourish and thrive in my lack of ethical boundaries here because I am allowed, like, outpatient level of care is different, right? Because it's not inpatient, and you hear that a lot, like the comparison between inpatient and outpatient. But like, I am allowed to make sure that everyone has my phone number and can call me at any time,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't care if it's 3 a.m. If you're in trouble, you call me, and
Yeah.
I'll be able to show up. And that's like what I was meant to do. I wasn't meant to be like a clinician somewhere. I wasn't meant to work a 9 to 5. I wasn't meant to work somewhere where I have to have like these strong boundaries where like if you give somebody your phone number or if you offer somebody a helping hand after hours, you're in trouble. I would have never survived.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
And that's
And you're helping more people by being able to do that. But it was the same way at Column Health. Like, they were, I did give my number to clients, like especially in the mobile unit when there's, if they were going to be late for an appointment or something like that. But Brightview wasn't having that.
they were forbidding it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a corporation, so they were very, HR driven.
Yeah, HR driven, a lot of liability, whatever.
Yeah.
I could never survive that. I'm just not built like that.
Yeah.
I need that connection, like that we say is so important in this field,
Yeah,
and
it
with
is.
the disease, the opposite of addiction is connection. How are they going to connect from like 9 to 2:30 during PHP, and
Yeah.
then that's it?
And then be told,
Wait till tomorrow.
Exactly,
The disease
yeah.
doesn't wait till tomorrow.
call the main line and,
Yeah,
have
wait
someone
on
that you
hold.
don't know, like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I love about this place the most, is just that they allow their staff to like work with their strengths. And that's what, yeah.
Same at Aftermath, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I actually do have a question because you didn't ask it and you usually ask it every episode. What would you tell a newcomer?
We weren't done yet.
Are you
but
serious?
It's okay.
What do you mean?
I usually ask it at the end.
It's like 45 minutes in.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
Sure does.
So, what would I tell a newcomer to the field or just in recovery?
in recovery?
Wow. Give it a chance, change everything. Give up people, places, and things. Go to meetings, meet people, make connections. It's so important to, even if you go to meetings and don't raise your hand, say anything. Like, just you may hear something that you connect with, and you can go up to someone after a meeting and talk to them. And it's just people in recovery. It's they want to give back what was so freely given to them. There's no ulterior motive. They're just looking. Everyone in recovery is looking for the same thing. That's to stay sober one day at a time.
And to help the next person.
Exactly. If you're 2 days sober, help someone that has 1 day sober. It's a hell of a community. It's so unique in that way. So yeah, that's
good advice.
Yeah. And don't be bothered.
Yeah, and honestly, the top of the list is understanding that being bothered is a choice.
Yep.
You should get that tattooed.
Maybe.
On your face.
I don't need to remind myself.
No, but I think that you
But
should
it'll
be able to
remind-
remind other people with minimal
Exactly.
words. I mean, I say it all the time to clients, like, choose your hard. So I guess it's similar.
there was a dude in my home group. So 24 is like a huge thing. 24 hours a day, like, stay sober. Kobe, baby. RP. He got 2-4 tattooed on his forehead, and in the meeting, he was like, I love the dude. Like, he's such a good guy. Works in the field too. But he was saying in the meetings one time, he goes, "Yeah, I got 2-4 tattooed on my head, so I wake up every morning and see that as a reminder." And this dude goes, "You could have just, like, wrote it on the mirror or something. Tattooed on your forehead."
Backwards in the mirror.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. So that was hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for having me, both of you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you
Appreciate
for showing
it.
up late.
That's
See
fine.
you next week.
Hey, it's fine. I'm not bothered.
Oh, actually, we're not having an episode next week. We're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
celebrate Christmas Eve with our families and
Absolutely. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy
get
holidays.
through it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So catch you in.
The New Year.
New Year's? Are we gonna do New Year's?
Yeah, we'll catch you in the new year.
Are we gonna skip New Year's Eve?
Probably not. I mean,
We'll see.
what is even New Year's Eve?
What? I mean,
Seriously, what are you gonna go out and party or something?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
nah.
We
True.
don't do
True.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
all right. Well, don't party then. And
Don't party. Don't drink. Stay sober.
And we'll see you when we see you.
See you next year.
Deuces.